Hi, it's Di from My Enchanted Journals. I turn just about anything into beautiful handmade journals. I live in Western Australia. Welcome to my channel. Good morning, day 5. Let's have a look what we've got. Daily log. All right, so my thought when I first saw this prompt was of my son, who is a pilot, and he has to log where he's going when he's piloting. So what I did was found a photograph on my phone of him and me in his aircraft. So I printed it off 3 times, and this was paper I already had, photographic paper that already had like my logo on it. And so when I printed it off first, he ended up with a big blue stripe down his middle of his face, which wasn't good because it came from the previous printing. So then I reprinted it, and this one's quite cool. It kind of looks, you know, just a little bit interesting. It's got a little bit of writing on it. That looks like I've got a snake on my nose, but anyway. And then I thought, well, I'll print it a 3rd time just on plain like watercolor paper. But you can see the difference in the clarity is just, you know, a million miles away. So I don't really like this copy. I like this one, even though it's got the previous markings on it, because I think it just makes it interesting for junk journaling. So let's cut that one out for the prompt today. So yeah, this was a really, really fun memory to print out. So when he was 15, he went up for a flight at high school, and the guy that took him up, the teacher, Mr. Meneses, he was a pilot, and Mac just loved it so much that he got this burning desire to learn to fly. Well, learn to fly he did. It was slow but sure. And there's so many great memories. But on this one day, his instructor took him up and said, you know, I'll do a circuit, they call it a circuit up in the sky. And he said, if I think that you're ready, I'll come out and I'll get out and you can take the plane up by yourself. So me and his dad were both there. And yeah, the instructor came and he got out of the aircraft, and I looked at my husband and I said, he's going up on his own, and we were really nervous. But he went up, and there was 3 old pilots sitting under the outside area where we all sat to watch the circuit. And anyway, when he came to land, it was really, really windy, and the plane was going like this, and we were really nervous, and the 3 old pilots stood up, and I thought, boy, they're worried as well. And then he got it down on the ground really well, and they all looked at each other and they went, he did really well for his first flight. So yeah, I'm really proud of this guy. He's such a sweet boy and loving and just a beautiful child, always has been. So yep, this one's dedicated to you, Mac. So I'm going to put you in my junk journal. And then this is a plotting sheet. It's an actual plotting sheet that a pilot might use. So I'm going to use this part of the sheet for today's page. So I've just realised I've gone through all that and I haven't put my light on. So let me put my light on there. That's a little bit better. So what I'd like to use is cut a little bit off here so that I keep the plotting sheet for exercises on there. Lovely having all these memories. I'm so glad I decided to do Junk Journal January with a photo a day, because it's just been awesome going through all the photographs. Yeah, I just absolutely love it. All right, let's get that one stuck on. All right, so there we have it. And we're going to put our funky photo in. It's so him with all these bits and pieces. It's brilliant. And maybe daily log can go up there. So I don't know that I need to put anything else around it, because I'm liking how that looks. All right, let's get the photograph stuck down. Maybe I could round the corners a bit. Let's try that. Yeah, he took me up for a flight, and I got to say, it was like a 2-seater aircraft, and I was scared out of my brain. It's like flying in the sky in a bathtub is the only way to describe it. And I was pretty scared, but he's such a good pilot. He just said to me, it's okay, Mum, you're going to be fine, you know, like, don't panic. And I might use a blue ink around the edge. Anyway, so we went up in this aircraft, and so funny. Yeah, so he took me up in the aircraft, and, you know, I was sort of panicking a bit, and the more it went on and the higher he got, I was like, okay, no, don't really like this in this size aircraft. And I mean, I've flown heaps, you guys, like all around the world. I've been to so many places, you know, Singapore, Tahiti, Fiji, America, you know, the UK lots and lots of times. I've been to Italy, France, loads and loads and loads of places. I've flown in, you know, bigger aircrafts, but never in this little two-seater. And, you know, every bit of wind you feel, it's, yeah, pretty full on. So I was like, oh, I don't like any, you know, he's talking on the radio to the tower and all that sort of stuff. And then he says to me, okay, Mum, you need to be quiet now, because I'm going to speak to the tower about turning around. Because I said, look, don't do any of the crazy stuff on the side and all that sort of stuff, because I'm too nervous. And he said, no, don't worry, I'm just going to fly in a straight line. But then he says to me, Mum, I can't fly straight anymore. We've got to turn around to go back. And I said, oh, okay. So, and then he said, look, I'm going to talk to the tower, so you have to be quiet. So, yeah, that was fine. I understood that instruction. But then he started going like this over to the side to turn around, obviously to go back to the airport. And I started screeching. And he was talking to the tower. And the guy in the background goes, is everything okay there? Because I was screeching and he was talking to the tower. Oh, my goodness. So embarrassing. And, yeah, I nearly died. But anyway, so... and, you know, he gets off from talking to the tower, and he's like, Mum, I told you had to be quiet. I'm like, so embarrassed. But anyway, all good. I got out, and his dad said, right, well, I'll go up with you. So then he took his dad up. And, of course, you know, my hubby is like, doesn't worry at all whether or not he's going high or low or anything in between. You know, Mac was doing on the sides and turning around really fast, and yeah, he wasn't worried at all. So that was quite a great memory. But yeah, that was an awesome day. And he probably doesn't fly as much as he'd like to now, but he, you know, he's a pilot. So, and it is just recreational flying that he does. He doesn't do anything for an aviation, you know, for an airline or anything like that. So yeah, move it. There we go. All right, so we'll put daily log there. And that's a photograph of my son taking me for a joyride on his first flight. Oh yeah, super proud of this guy. And you know, we should celebrate our kids, shouldn't we, and their achievements. He's really clever to learn to fly. None of us can fly. So yeah, really clever. All right, so this is the 5th. So 5, 1, 24. We have to get used to writing, don't we, hey? All right, so I'm probably going to leave it at that. I don't think I need to add too much more. I've told you the big story of what happened that day. So yeah, bring you in a little closer and see. There we go. So that there is day 5 done of Junk Journal January. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hop on and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.